involved in their life. And so, I mean, fellowship, but definitely, like you were saying, just, I mean, even if it's going to rake your yard, if if you have the yard, just gardening, painting.
Yes, making it fun. Because we all love jumping in leaves.
Yeah.
And a kid, I'm still never let the
A
child
kid
in
at
you
heart.
die. Yes, I'm still a child at heart. So, to say, hey, we'll go and rake the leaves and you can jump in the leaves. And most kids would love to do that. One of the creative approaches that we use in our family, a lot of times, especially now, it's nice, it's beautiful outside, it's warmed up. So before we go home, we go to the park and we take a walk. And as you stated, that's a very, very creative approach.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the detriments that physically, as far as bone development? That, of course, is your field, Tanya, your expertise, one of many. Yeah. Can you just elaborate a little about the bone density and that piece, being fragile, not getting out and getting that endurance physically?
Yeah, absolutely, because whenever you do not have exercise in your children, we are literally, and I don't want to say we're killing them physically, but we are harming them for their bodies of healing and for the natural growth. Like you said, with the bone mass, it's not going to be at 100%. They're going to be more likely to get degenerative diseases. Internally, the organs aren't going to be functioning at 100% because a lack of oxygen is a lack of energy. And we need to get energy for our brain to heal every single organ, all the bones, all the muscles. And so just think, when you're working out, you're building muscle mass.
Yes. Well,
muscles support your spine and your growth. And so as long as you're doing that and as long as you're working out, you're going to be healthier. Sure. But if you don't, if your muscles are more just flaccid, or if they're not, strong and healthy, you're going to be more susceptible to accidents, injuries. And so now, what if your kid, you do want to start implementing them into sports, but they've been so weak for so long, they're going to be more prone to getting in accidents because they're, you need to build up their strength first. And that, like you said, walking with them, riding a bike with them, playing tag in the backyard, or throwing a football or a baseball or something. Yeah. And because a lot of times when people think exercise, they're like, okay, well, I have to pay for a membership.
Right.
I have to go to a gym.
It's not fun.
I have to, and they think it's going to be so much, pain. And it's not. It can be very fun. It can 15 to 20 minutes a day at the most is all. 15 minutes and you can get a good workout.
Sure.
And just do 3-4 times a week with your kids.
Yes.
But they will just, them reaping the benefits, them feeling better about themselves, them having more energy is completely worth it, 100%.
And swimming. And most kids will say, yay, we love to go swim. And there are always, swimming facilities that are close, in the neighborhood and close proximity where parents can sign up. Well, one thing that we want to encourage you is we thank you very much. We will be right back, so don't go away. We are very, very fortunate to have Dr. Jessica Bohon, and we're going to bring you very essential information, so don't change that dial. Thank you.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Inactive activities on a glorious day. Huh? Let's get out there and play!
Sweet.
There are lots of great play ideas online.
I wasn't going to school because I was making money stealing cars. Well, I was 10 when I first got involved with drugs. I skipped school because, nobody cared.
When I first got pregnant, school was not important to me, so I dropped out.
Well, if I don't finish school, then I can't go to college. That's the whole point of what I want to do with my life.
I still need to go to school to make it for myself.
I think I'm happier now. I know I'm happier now.
Underneath everything we are all people. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? to say John.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bohonlearning.org.
Good evening and welcome back to the Single Parent Show, brought to you by Christ Our Shepherd Ministries. And we have promised to deliver and provide fresh perspectives and real solutions. We are returning with Dr. Jessica Bohon. She is the owner of Nations Family Chiropractic Center. And I'd like for Ms. Bohon to just share some of the products and some of the services that you offer at your facility.
So typically what we do is, it's primarily families. We get family under care. A lot of people associate chiropractic with just pain, neck pain, back pain. But our goal is to teach the 5 essentials of healthy living. And that consists of proper nutrition. Because, we can align your spine, try to get you back to the way God created you, but you need to incorporate other things as well. So it's, proper exercise, it's nutrition, it's oxygen and lean muscle, it's peace and time management is what we teach as well. And it's just trying to get the entire person back centered and whole again, and just to hit every single aspect. So that's typically what we offer to every single person that walks through the door.
That's phenomenal. And one of the things that I noted that you incorporate exercise in your program. And a lot of times, I'm sure there's a single parent there and you're saying, I just don't have time. I've worked 50, 70 hours a week while attending school. And I knew that I had to incorporate, if it was just walking, swimming, or skating, something just to keep my mental state balanced. But there's some people that are just trying to juggle multiple schedules. What are some of the quick plans? Can you share some of those exercise programs that you teach?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Because there are a lot of single family homes like yourself that work a lot of hours, and so just to add one more thing to their plate, I'm so stressed, there's no way that I can do it. And so we've taken that into consideration because we're just getting busier and busier. If you look at your schedule, there's not really like a time that you can say, okay, I can do an hour here, I can do an hour here.
So true.
And so what we teach it's called burst training, and it's very simple. You don't have to buy anything. You can do it at your
economy
home. There you
the
go.
way it is. Yes. Okay.
So it's a plus.
Okay.
And but you do not have to necessarily buy anything. So this could be something that you could do with your child. But it's called burst training, and what you do is you safely shock the system, you shock your body, and you want to raise your heart rate up to get your blood pumping and moving, and then get your body healing internally on the inside. And so some of the things that we do is running in place. That's one of the exercises that we teach.
That's easy.
But there's a cycle that you have to do, and I'm going to go ahead and try to just get through it just real quick. But it's you do a cycle for 20 minutes on. So you would run in place for 20 seconds.
Okay.
I said minutes, 20 seconds on. And then you would do a 20-second break. And then you would do the exercise again, 20 seconds again, running as hard as you can. And then you do another 20-second break. And then you do one more cycle with 20 seconds as hard as you can. Then you would get a 2-minute break, and you'd be done with one cycle. So say that that's running in place with you and your child. Okay. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you will be huffing and puffing before you're done in that shorter period of time. But so that would be one thing. And then maybe squatting. There's squats that you can do with your child, like squat jumps, push-ups. Typically, a lot of people know how to do push-ups. If you can't do it on the ground, you can actually lean up on the wall to do it. If your child might be a little overweight or something that's really hard for them to do, or just crunches and abdominals. And so it's just, there's very, very simple workouts, and I can get that information to you too. I know I just kind of
but that's very significant, because a lot of times when people say workout, it's a drudgery.
Yes.
People say, as you stated, I don't have an additional hour in my schedule. Right. But what's a plus is you stated just running in place.
Right.
One thing that I did that I loved, I invested in a trampoline. And it was my personal friend, because you take it outside, I put it on the porch. And it was nice because I had that time there. I put my music on, something that you enjoy. And the iPods now, yes, you see a lot of people in the park. So I think the music piece helps too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, especially some of the younger kids. What about the expense? And now I'm very happy that you just gave us a plan that doesn't cost anything except some time.
Right.
But I know that there are parents out there, single parents, and you say, oh wow, I looked into some of the soccer programs.